How you guys doing? So y'all, let's get into this energy. Let's get into it. We're gonna jump straight in. Y'all, I'm gonna start by saying God is good all the time. All the time, God is good. But like, I really want to be grateful today. I want us to be grateful for everything, the highs, the lows, the ups and the downs. Why? Because y'all, I want you to understand something. This new part of your life is called, we're changing out the old for the new. And we've been in this energy for a little minute now, but I really feel like it's time for us to hone in. And it's significant because I want you guys to understand something. All the signs are in your face in these moments. What does that mean? A lot of you guys are being shown the signs that things are changing around you. And honestly, I want you to understand something. It all has to do with your energy. Your energy just being high and vibrational, you sitting over here just showing up and being in places is actually what's shifting, y'all. Y'all sitting over here showing up happy, go lucky and shit like that. It's shifting the energy. It's shifting what's going on in your reality. It's shifting you, your people around you, your home life, your work life. It's shifting. And it's funny because in my apartments currently, like, they are there's this guy in front of me that just took down like the old sign and they just put up a new sign for like the building numbers and stuff like that. And I think that that's significant. Some of you guys are about to start moving, like you're moving. I'm literally getting, or this is your sign to move. The reason being is because the sign is all new and it's pretty and it's newer, it's clearer. And I think that you guys have finally had your energy. It's like y'all finally got y'all energy, and now it's time to match your fly to your energy. Because I'm getting the energy that, like, y'all, by you sitting over here fucking shifting energy, shifting perspectives, now it's time to align y'all within y'all. I'm literally seeing God pick your ass up and literally move you. It's like you switch signs, you switched energies, you shift emotions, and now it's time to put you in the environment that matches your fly. And I think that that's the biggest thing is that a lot of you guys are entering into new places, and I don't want y'all to be scared of these new places. I don't want y'all to be afraid of what's to come. The reason being is because you never experienced this. You haven't experienced your new sign. You haven't experienced truly embodying this new energy for longer than a day, longer than 2 days, maybe longer than a week. Some of y'all might have been a month. But the point of the matter is I want you guys to understand something. When it comes to this new energy that you're gaining, when it comes to this new life that you're gaining, it's here for forever now. And I want you to understand something. You guys are being tasked with all of this, with remaining your true self, remaining within your true energy. That means that you guys have to monitor what's coming in, what you are watching, who are the people that surround you, in order to make sure that you're maintaining this positive ass energy. Now, I know a lot of y'all is gonna be like, big dog, but how the fuck do I maintain positive energy? How do I maintain all of these emotions? Because one day I be cool and the next minute I be like all over the place. Well, y'all, how you doing, Shantae? We got a goal on our hand. What was our goal? And I'm going to keep it simple for everybody because I know everybody's goals is different. Our goal is to sit over here and get out of our current circumstances. Our goal is to realize that in our current circumstances is where I change shit. It's where I move the people that I need to move out of my life, and I place the people in my life that I need to place. See, in my current circumstance, I'm able to make the changes that I need to. And I need y'all to hear me. Well, that starts with you. Now, a lot of you guys are in the places of self-identity. And y'all, it's funny. How you doing, Aaliyah? She said Libra gang up in here right now. It's funny, and it's 786. I see that. There's a lot of things that's out of order right now. The reason being is because you're being taught how to be yourself in environments where environments told you to go against yourself. You are literally being pulled away. You know how I told you had to switch your energy, and then now God is sitting over here upgrading you to a new level? Well, now you're about to be tested. Now you guys are about to sit over here and hit a new timeline shift that you ain't never even experienced before. What does that mean? You're about to be tested in bigger rooms now. And I feel like God is trying to prepare you for that moment, for these moments that's coming. That's really already here, y'all. I'm going to keep it a beam with you. It's here. But the point of the matter is how you doing, Brooklyn? I want y'all to hear me. The new moments are here. The new places are here. The new people are here. The thing is, now it's time to make sure you stay comfortable in these new rooms. How you doing, Earth Queen? What does that mean? All God is requiring you guys to do in this moment is to stay yourself. All God is requiring you to do in this moment is to literally POP, hold it down. I changed you. I shift your energy. I just said, big dog, listen. Stay in that good ass energy. Stay positive. Look forward. Don't look backwards. And don't be talking down to yourself. Don't talk against yourself. That's all I need you to do. If you could hold it there for 10 minutes, I'm literally seeing y'all, how you doing? Yes. I'm literally seeing you guys like working out. And it's just like, I just need you to hold that position for like 10 minutes. Some of y'all, it's only 10 seconds. It ain't even that long. And from that position, then you're going to have the body you want. You're going to have the career you want. You're going to have the goals you want, the house you want, the husband, wife you want. You're going to have your life. I just need you to hold this position for 10 minutes. Don't move. Don't say nothing. Just keep it in this position and stay positive. It's a mental thing. Now, from this mental state, y'all, there will be everything thrown at your ass. Why? Because nobody wants to see you evolve. And a lot of people from your past don't want to let you go. And a lot of the new timeline got to get ready to add a new player to the fucking timeline. So guess what? While God is on the other side preparing your new timeline, your new home, your new person, your new friends, your new careers, your new schools and shit like that, well, you're just being tasked with sitting in a position that's going to get you into shape for this next shit. Now, for some of you guys, this sitting position actually requires for you to just maintain. God is like, highlight your mental. You literally only have to stay positive. It's like for the next month, NPC it the fuck out. You've been working this whole time, and I know that a lot of your bodies are saying, Charlie, I don't belong here. A lot of your bodies and your minds are saying, but Charlie, I don't belong in this environment. I don't belong in this home. This is just not me. Like, it's time for me to shift. Don't worry. God is about to pick your ass up. Okay? Yeah, as we talking, Destiny, how you doing? God is about to pick you up and put you into this position. But God is like, there's still like one or two things I gotta show you. And I gotta prepare. Maybe it's not even showing you, it's just preparing you. It's like preparing your other timeline for you. It's like, I'm literally seeing God's like, okay, I'm about to take you out of that crappy ass apartment, and I'm about to go put you up. But I gotta prepare the right opportunity, the right person, I have to put this person through something in order for them to actually give you this opportunity. That's how I'm seeing it. It's like God is like, just hold right there, babe. You're doing the work. You're doing the shadow work. You're doing all the shit I need you to do. You showing up. You getting up. You having positive. You staying positive. A lot of you guys is like, yeah, I'm ready. And God is like, keep that energy for 10 minutes. Let me go check over here. It's like, for example, when you cooking, it's like God is cooking you right now. God is literally, and I want you to understand something. And I'm so grateful for that all you guys are fucking here today. Because hear me, y'all. God is cooking you and literally making you perfect in order to make sure. And it's like, I just see God clearing off the stove in order to take your ass out the oven and put you on top of the oven. Making sure that he has literally everything to take you out. All you have to do is sit there and be pretty like cornbread. That's it. Stay positive. All you got to do is exist. Now, I have to touch on this because God has been calling it on me to touch on it. And I've briefly touched on racism because I tell you how, if you guys have caught my lives before, I've taught you how to deal with racism. It doesn't exist here. Poor you. I'm sorry that you think that way, but I had went and watched this like little docu-series. I don't even know if I want to call it a docu-series. But I watched something about Colin Kaepernick that he voiceovered, where it was kind of showing his upbringing, y'all. And there's so many things that I could say about that, but all I want to do is keep it on the background, okay? The reason why I want to just keep it on the background is because, y'all, when you're placed into backgrounds, y'all, this is about why it's so important for you guys to be in the right place. Sometimes you have the right thoughts. Sometimes you have the right feelings. Sometimes you guys is like, yeah, Charlie, yeah, God, I'm ready to go. But you're just in the wrong environment. Sometimes you guys have literally the right ideals, it's like, but you don't got the right opportunities. You're not in the right place. Sometimes, because young God, we talking, sometimes you are man, you're more than enough. But you're just not with the right people because that's not who you're surrounded around. And it's 222. God is telling you, I'm getting you to that. But I have to tell you I have to tell you guys how your background and where you're at currently is hurting you. Okay? And I've been delaying this talk because how do I tell you guys that y'all are perfect? You are amazing. How do I tell y'all that y'all, big dog, y'all is top 2, not 2, and it's 1, 2, 3 as I'm saying this. How do I tell y'all that y'all are truly the best, but your friends are low vibration? Your friends suck. How do I tell you, y'all, you are amazing. You look amazing. Y'all look amazing. Y'all fuck good. But y'all keep fucking the wrong people. Y'all keep fucking people that don't even know how to fuck you. How do I say, y'all, you are amazing. You are beautiful. You are like you're made from the gods. But you're in an environment that keeps you thinking that you're dumb. You're in an environment that keeps you thinking that you gotta always be in survival mode. You're in an environment that makes you think and makes you result back into having to fight for shit that was rightfully yours from when you was born. How do I tell y'all, and it's funny, young God, that y'all are young gods. How do I tell y'all that? How do I tell you that your mama hurt you? And it's not because she didn't love you, because James, we talking, Ebony, we talking. How do I tell y'all that it's not that your parents didn't want the best for you? They just couldn't give the best to you. How do I tell y'all that? You get adopted like Colin, because Divine, we talking. You get adopted like Colin, but the point of the matter is that what it comes down to is Colin's parents had no knowledge of racism because they've never experienced racism. So even when it came to things that made Colin feel uncomfortable, they weren't aware of it. How do I tell you guys that you guys are able to see, and some of you guys are blessed with the ability to feel when shit ain't fucking right? But you don't know how to shift that. You don't know how to change that. Some of you guys have the gift of having dreams. Y'all have the gift of having dreams of God's telling me I need to go this way. I keep hearing it. Charlie's telling me. Other readers is telling me. They telling me get out of Dodge. But God, the money though. And God is like, big dog, it's like God is like, by the time, if you get there, if somehow, some way you get there, you ain't never gonna have to worry about the money. If somehow you get there, And you wait until I give you, because God is like, give y'all an example. I had went on a date last night, y'all. And I talked to this young man, and he told me about his upbringing, and it inspired me, and it's like my triple confirmation that, oh, I got to do a background story. Some of you guys are being urged to do background checks on people that you dating just to make sure, you know, just to make sure. I've never did a background check on nobody, but I don't know why God is saying it. But I went on a date last night, and on this date, y'all, because I want to give y'all an analogy. Leading up to this date, I seen sirens. I seen the police was out like crazy. People being pulled over left and right. It was a Wednesday. It's fucking Wednesday. Some of y'all could be going out tonight. But I was like, God, what are you trying to tell me? I was like, are you trying to tell me to not go on this date? I was like, because I'll turn this car back around and I'll go home. But then I had to realize that, God, if you didn't want me there, that road would be blocked off. You would have made this person cancel. You would have made me cancel early on. So I have to go here. So when I got there, I went, and I'm going to keep it a being with you. When I sat down, y'all, I was dressed up last night, but this guy, he came in and he wasn't that dressed. He wasn't dressed at all. And we were in a nice restaurant, and it's okay. At first I judged, and I was like, I'm not here to judge. I'm here on assignment. And with my spiritual people, side tips, because y'all know I got to give y'all tips on the side, okay? Sometimes things could be designed or seen as a date, but sometimes you're on an assignment to talk to somebody to awaken them. That's to my spiritual baddies, okay? Sometimes you're not supposed to date these people. You're just supposed to help these people to awaken. That's why God urges you guys to be friends with people first, because not everybody is meant for you to like consume with and create with, okay? Maybe create partnerships like business-wise, but not no babies type shit, okay? But that's a sidebar, okay? Let's come back on topic. Now, we sat down, and had I sat over here and not controlled the energy, the date could have went left. Because I could tell the man was kind of nervous. But for some reason, my spirituality just dived in. Like dived in. I don't even know how. We went from kikiing, laughing about like BS to real conversation. And he told me about his background, y'all. And his background was of, I'm not going to give off too much information, but what I will say is that the key things from his story was his anger issues and fighting. Now, hear me, y'all. He was like, I've always been in an environment where I had to fight. I've always been in an environment where it's like people tried me. I always have been in an environment where, you know? And God, I reject that. That's not my reality. That was his reality. So I know that I'm speaking in example terms, but I just want you to know that, send that back down, okay? Y'all got, I'm working on, and hear me, y'all. I'm working on this 1, 2, 3 as I'm saying this. Y'all have to work on how y'all say things when you're speaking, so you're not speaking out against yourself, okay? Even when you're giving examples and stuff like that, listening to music, okay? Intake, outtake. Now, with this man, it's literally flight or flight, like you said, Destiny. And I remember he was explaining a story to me, and he was just like, you know, it's just, my initial reaction is just to punch the guy. And I was like, oh, it's anger, or it's the response you need to work on. And he was like, but I don't know how. I can't. I was like, stop saying you can't. You can. And I think that before I get there, God is like, go back to background. His background was, he was raised in a neighborhood that was a little rough. He was raised by parents that, or by a mom that taught him to be tough, fight mode. He was taught to be on guard at all points. And here I was, little Charlie, sitting over here saying, well, be peaceful. Be happy. You don't have to be on guard here. But how do I undo something that he has went through and that he has experienced in his life, all his life? He was a product of his environment, but he was given a dream. And hear me, y'all, this young man, and this is how I knew that he's spiritually gifted, is because he told me, he was like, I came out here, and he was like, and it didn't work out the first time, and I went back home, and God gave me a dream to literally get my ass back out there. And I didn't have no money, I didn't have nothing, and I rebuke that too, God, because I got money. Okay, we're speaking good things into existence, y'all. But he said that he was like, but he told me to get back out there because that's where I was going to make my dreams a reality. And I followed God's plan. And it became one. And it's worked out. And now I'm good. Now, the reason why I'm explaining this story of this young man is because, y'all, this is why it's time to get out of your environment. This is your warning, because all I could do is warn you. I can't make you do anything. Either God is going to force you out of this environment, or you could decide to leave this environment. People, places, and things. Now, let me tell you why you got to leave this environment. Let me drink some water so I can clear my throat really quickly, please. Hold on. Some of you guys are being tasked with removing this environment. And hear me. Destiny, you've been on point. She said certain words you can say can trigger that awakening without them knowing until they do it on their own. You're on point. Hear me, y'all. The reason you got to get out of these environments is because they're triggering you. The reason you have to sit over here and you have to get out of these environments, and it's 1, 2, 3, 4 as I'm saying this. The reason you got to sit over here and get out of these environments is because there are going to be people that keep trying you and trying you and trying you to bring you into that situation. Bring you back to their level. Bring you back into their mindset. That's what they were designed to do, y'all. They're literally, if we're talking about game coding, and I touched on it briefly yesterday, they were designed to try to keep you in a place, to keep you in that background. And I seen a TikTok where Kevin Hart was literally saying, well, the easiest way to keep somebody broke or keep somebody in a poor circumstances is, open up a whole bunch of check cashing places. You sit over here and you go and you put a liquor store next to it, and then you make cash more important than credit, and you keep dumb people dumb. And I think that I'm placed on this earth to make y'all not dumb no more, y'all. I'm placed on this earth to awaken you guys, y'all. And it's not to say that there's no harm, no foul in the previous environments that you guys are no longer in, because y'all, I'm speaking into existence. You guys are leaving these environments. You're gone. You're mentally gone. Now it's time for your physical body to catch up. How you doing, Will Rise? Point of the matter is that you guys have to get your ass out of there physically, because you're out of there mentally. A lot of you guys have a few more things to notate in your mind. And it's like, but a lot of y'all have been feeling it within y'all core of hearts that it's time to go. And I think that that's the biggest thing is that a lot of you guys are being urged to go, but now it's time for you to actually create a plan, an exit on how to go. I'm not saying it got to be perfect. And I'm thinking of this movie that I had seen. What was it? I think it was a Marvel movie or something, where it was like, listen, I don't need a perfect plan. I just need a plan, like, or some shit like that. I feel like that's what God is telling you. And if you're not supposed to go there, then you're not supposed to go. And for some of you guys, it's not even that far of a, and God is like, you can't tell them where to go, but it's like some of y'all, it's just for y'all to move across town into, I'm hearing, pay more for your apartment because it's a safer neighborhood. It might give you inspiration. Move to another state. Move to another country. Move. Reason is because some of you guys need to literally, even if you guys are staying in the same state, you moving 2 hours away type shit. You need to be out of the environment of things that is keeping you dumb, that's keeping you in this survival mode, that's keeping you upset, that's triggering things that you have already worked past. It's like I'm literally seeing that you guys are being triggered, or some of you guys have already healed your triggers, but I'm hearing that some people keep trying to bring up shit that you already worked through. And it's like you guys keep falling for that shit, and God is like, I need you out of that now. I need you out of it now. It's like, I need you gone. But I feel the need to sit over here and say that for some of you guys, if it follows you, because some of you guys, it might be a new person that triggers you. Like, let's say you get to a new environment and brand new person, don't know you from a can of paint, but you move and they say something to you or they trigger you. That means you're not over it. You got to deal with that shit and get that shit out of you. The reason being is because I'm going to give you another story really quickly. You never know how God is going to trigger you. You never know what person God is going to place into your life in order to trigger you. I'm going to use my friend's example from last night. He said, I was out, we were celebrating a graduation or something like that. I can't remember what it was. And it was me and my buddy. And we went out, and I remember we had met some girls, and there was like 3 girls, 1 guy, or 4 girls, 1 guy, something like that. But we got to talking, and I guess my friend and the guy, or my friend and one of the girls, had the same degree in college. And so the girl called over her boyfriend, and they were like, hey babe, like, listen, this guy has the same degree as me, da 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 da, they're cool vibes. The guy went to shake the hand and dap up my friend's friend. But when it came to my friend, when he went in to shake the hand, they shook hands, but he went to embrace him, and the guy just pushed him. And he said his immediate response was to punch him. It's his response. I said, you didn't pass the test. He was like, what do you mean? What do you mean I didn't pass the test? I said, you didn't pass the test. God is trying to trigger you, and he will move you to new environments. Yo, because catch me, sometimes it's your environment, it's your background, like we've been talking about. But sometimes it's some shit that's within you that you got to change. Sakira, how you doing, big dog? James said, yo, I was told that yesterday, and now I'm early asking God, show me the next move. Here's the next move, James. Ask and you shall receive. Sometimes when you make that move, sometimes it's something that's embedded in you that could have been taught to you by your moms, your dads, or your environment, that you have to shift or you have to change out of you. So in my friend's example, is he wrong for hitting this guy? Because the guy pushed him first, technically. I don't like to think of things as right or wrong. I like to think of things as you're trying to test me and you're trying to take me out of my energy. And I view everything that's trying to take me out of my energy, out of my peacefulness, out of my calmness, out of my mental sanity. I view that as you're trying to put me at war with myself, or you're trying to go to war with me. That's how drastic I take it. But in this example, I said, you have to work on your anger, because your anger is going to be it's going to end your career. You have to work on your repulsiveness, your impulsiveness, your sense, your responses to negative situations, because it's going to be the death of you. And he was like, nah, it's not going to be the death of me. I was like, you absolutely right. It won't kill you, but it will ruin you. A lot of you guys are being asked in this moment, if there's something, and it's because some of you guys have already moved away from a bad environment. If there's something that's you're holding on to, and this is where you do deep dives, y'all. This is where you go within yourself. And you ask God, what am I holding on? But honestly, I'm going to keep it a being with y'all. Y'all already know y'all shit. What doesn't serve you, what's holding you back, what's hurting you. Or some of you guys need to meditate and figure that out. But my friend was able to recognize his anger as a key thing. And it's like, but I don't know how to do that. I don't know if I'll ever be able to do that. And it's like, you got to figure that shit out. And it might take life. But you don't need to ruin, because you're meant, because you're God sent, because God comes to you guys and God sends you guys messages and shit like that, because you are aware, because you guys are here. Because not everybody has the privilege to listen to Charlie. Not everybody has the privilege to hear Charlie. You might see Charlie, but if you can actually hear what I'm saying to you, if you could actually see me, not physically, because fuck what the fuck I look like, but I love how I look. But still, if you can hear me and feel my soul and see what I'm saying to you, only God allows y'all to do that. That's why I never went. And it's not about me, guys. Like, don't go into me. Keep it on you guys. I got you, God. Point of the matter is I want you to hear me all. You guys are being urged not only to shift, and this is why this part of your life is a brand new life that you're either about to enter in or that you're already here. But for a lot of y'all are already here. It's like y'all are it's like I'm just getting like rude awakenings. But God doesn't want you guys to have these rude awakenings and get scared and run back home. God, and I think that's why I had to make this live, is because in Calling, let's get back to it really quickly. In the Calling docuseries, it literally was people judging him. They wanted, when Colin dressed a certain type of way, they didn't see a threat in Colin. But as soon as Colin started to shift up his style, then Colin became a threat. Some of you guys are being urged to go in disguise. What do you mean? I'm gonna give you an example. Do you guys want to play the game, or do you want to go it the hard route? Not even a hard route, but it's like, I don't want to use the red pill or the blue pill as an example, because I don't think of it as that way. I want to use my own example. So I'm going to use my own example. Do you want to play the game? And there's a train outside. Or do you want to sit over here and you want to just be a hard ass? You want to do it your way or the highway? Neither way is wrong. Neither way is wrong. And it's funny, I almost kind of got into it with my mom this morning about this, you know. Because my mom, she gets so passionate about racism. For backstory purposes, because God is like, give you backstory really quickly. And I guess Colin is kind of about racism. I'm so tired of talking about racism, but God is like, give it to him. My mom, she looked like a little Mexican lady with, but like a little Mexican with white and shit in her. But she, her dad is black. He's a black man that looked white. His mama was born in Sweden, and his dad, I can't remember where he was born, but he looks like an Indian or like a native black man. But hence, my grandfather, he looks white. Matter of fact, I'll show you guys. Please hold 1 second. Because I want to show you guys. Because I like, some of you guys are visual learners. I got to show you guys. 1 second. All right. Let's go. Sorry, guys. So, here's my grandfather. Now, he looks like a very white man, right? Yeah. God bless his soul. Love him. But his mom was Sweden and his dad was black. Now, if you see my uncle right here, where is he at? He's a little bit more Italian looking to me, but still he has more skin color than my grandfather. Now, my mom was not blessed with skin color. So she could technically pass as different races. Now, I want you to understand something. My mom was very much raised as a black woman. Now, the reason why I'm explaining this to you guys is because there is a lot of racism in this world, y'all, okay? There's a lot of racism in this world. But one of the things, and the reason why I'm explaining this to you is because some of you guys are going through, I don't know, I just feel the need to say, I don't know if you guys are going through it, and if it's not your story, don't take this. I have to say that. Some of you guys are going through trying times of, technically I look like this, but my belief system was raised like this. And I touched briefly on this yesterday. I really got to start posting all my readings, but God is like, you're doing the right thing. Post them when you need to post them. I want y'all to hear me. If you guys are in a situation where you are being prejudged, you either play the game, which is you don't see it. It's not your reality. That's playing the game to me. It's not even about playing the game. It's just like, it's like kind of like ending the game. It's kind of like I'm giving you the key on how to master it. It's like, I don't see it. Poor you. Or you can allow it to be up in your system and try to fight against it to change the laws against it. And if you want to put it in simpler terms, is do we want to fight war with love, or do we want to fight war with guns? And the reason why I'm using that analogy is because I really do feel like, if I treat racism as, you just don't know no better, that's just how you was raised. But I hope one day you get it right. Versus, you're just racist. Well, I feel like we've been doing that for a lot of years and it's still here. And it hasn't gotten any better. People, they're still scared. Or they think of themselves as better. But what happens when you take that away from them? You take their opinions away. Then they have nothing. And that's how you truly win the war. The art of war. Take away their mental, reprogram them, and then we have a new belief system. But we think that we have to do it in an aggression way. And that's why it's kind of funny. I don't know why I just got this example, but that's why they always say Martin Luther King was more dangerous than Malcolm X. But this is not a history lesson. This is just to give you guys room for that. Point of the matter is that a lot of you guys are entering into new environments, and new environments require you to blend in. Some of you guys are being tasked with acting dumb, but being the smartest one. Maybe, and you know what? It's like you're the smartest one in your field. But now you're about to be around other people in different fields because you need to learn their knowledge. Not because you're trying to become a doctor, not because you're trying to become a fucking lawyer, but because you need insight on how shit works. You just need enough insight to where you can hold your own in a conversation, is what I'm hearing. And for some of you guys really love learning, so it's going to be easy for you. My biggest advice is that don't get intimidated by the rooms that you're entering in, because you belong in those rooms. All these new rooms, and I keep hearing dogs barking like aloud. I feel like dog barking can be confirmations for you guys. But I want to tell you guys, this is all about us preparing you not only for your new background, but for us, for like the removal. It's like God wanted me to tell you why you had to be removed. He wanted me to touch on your background. And then it's like, okay, but in these new rooms. There was 3 points today, y'all. And if you didn't catch it from the beginning, then catch it when it's on my YouTube, okay? Point of the matter is that in these new rooms, God is sitting over here saying, I just want you to be yourself. Because this new room is literally like, God is about to open the door for you guys. And it's like, it's time. You know what? It's kind of like, some of you guys, you might blend in. You might blend in to the crowd. But it's like I'm just seeing somebody with like political ambitions, like within them. Like, it's like, let's say, for example, like I'll use me as an example. Back when I was in high school and even in college, I was so passionate about how minorities are fucking treated fucked up. I was so passionate about it. I was the Black Student Alliance president. I was like, y'all, I was really pro fucking black, and I still am. I just chose to fight a different fight. Or actually, I chose, and God is like, reframe that. I chose not to fight. I chose to go about it in a different way. Because talking about it wasn't going anywhere. But I feel that God is like, it's time for you guys to like, it's kind of like some of you guys are going to be like camouflage, but people listen to you. How do I explain this? You guys are being given, like in the first seasons, when you enter into this new room, I feel like you guys are being tasked with be quiet when you need to be quiet. It's a room thing. And I have to give this to you guys because, and it's funny, I asked my uncle this question. And it's for you guys. And I asked him the question of, when is the correct way? What is the social cue of when you should speak during a meeting versus when you shouldn't? Because I never knew. I always just asked questions when I wanted to ask questions and spoke up when I wanted to speak up. But I never was taught that. And he said, well, if I'm leading the room, if I'm leading the meeting, and for some of you guys, it might be a meeting. Some of it, you guys, it might be an event. Some of you guys, it might be a performance. When you're leading it, well, then you're going to do majority of the talking. You want to make sure other people are involved too, though. You don't want to make sure that you're just talking and talking and talking. He was like, but if there's somebody else if I'm just participating in a meeting, I only speak up if I have a question, which means make your presence known. But if I don't feel like I got to say nothing, I'm not going to say nothing. A lot of people, because he was like, you don't want to be the person that over talks or overshares when it could be a quick meeting and people are trying to get out of there. Or you never want to be like, there might be some critical information that you need to peep before moving ahead. So I feel like in these new environments, it's really new territory, but it's not time for you guys to be afraid of it. And it's not time for you to hold your tongue. It's just balance your tongue. Balance when to say things versus balance when to not to. But I feel like you guys, it's kind of like God is like, be yourself. Have you guys ever seen movies where it's just like a guy hires you and just based off of knowing you, and they're like, you're gonna be great, like you're fine, just do you. All I need you to do is do you and you'll be great. All your coworkers around you irritated like shit. They mad as hell because they like, how'd this guy get the job? And every time the boss sees you, it's like, but you're great. Like, I'm getting that energy. To be honest, you know, we always think that we have to prove ourselves. Shout out to my uncle. We was having really good conversations. We always think that we have to prove ourselves in new environments, but I feel that this time it's not about you proving yourself. Like, don't slack off. I'm hearing like, but I'm hearing like you can hold your own. You've been in environments where you were in survival mode, but instead of you being in survival mode, now the environment that you're gonna have to be in is, well, I could show you better than I could tell you. I ain't with all that talking. Okay, new environments. New demons, new levels, new shit. If you feel a little uncomfortable, good. That's exactly where the fuck you're supposed to be. Y'all ready to get into cards? Let's go. I feel like there's something I'm forgetting. Is there anything I'm forgetting? Biased opinion, y'all. Hear me. If you guys are starting to have kids with people from other races, I feel the need to sit over here and say that you need to, I'm not going to say, I can't tell you how to raise your kids. I can't tell you that. I can't tell you how to do marriage. But my best advice is to try to understand their culture, okay? Don't just cross their culture out as... just don't try to cross their culture out, you know that your experience is different than your kid's experience, because I just keep seeing Colin and his mom that adopted him, like she was a white lady, and Colin, he was a black kid. He was mixed, but when people seen him, they seen black, so I just feel the need to say, like, just if you're crossing bloodlines, there's nothing wrong with that. Just make sure you're aware to where, and the only reason why I say aware is because technically, you know how I told you guys, like, I feel like you guys should, like, the only way that we deal with racism is as if we're ignoring it. You can raise your kids like that, but I want your kids to still be, I can't tell you guys that, because then that will go against everything that I just said. I want you guys to be aware of the racism that your kids might witness. And I pray that they don't. I pray that we get it right. I pray. And I know by each generation we continue to get better and better and better. But there is no buts. We continue to get better. Period. Just know how to prepare them. I'm a just in case person. I'm gonna give you what my mom told me earlier today. She was just like, the reason why I raised you the way that I raised you, it wasn't to instill fear into you. It was just for you to have the knowledge of it. To know that if you do this, there's consequences. If you do that, there's consequences. Or if you act out in this manner, listen, this is what's gonna happen. I think that you just need to give people the information. I'm hearing, give your kids the history, give your family the history, give people the history so they know the history, but say this is how we treat it. I think that I'm using that example with them with racism, but I feel like you guys should use that within, like, if you guys have anger issues, if you guys have anxiety, if you guys have different things that like really like get you, like that bother you. I'm just getting the energy that you guys have, like it's like your kids will adopt or feel some type of way at some point in life, and you guys have the remedy on how to soothe it so they don't go through what you went through. Okay. But I feel the need to tell you guys, don't coddle your kids. And honestly, I don't even know. I'm not even a parent. But God, this is what God is telling me to tell you guys. Don't coddle your kids. Don't hide the truth from your kids. It's like I'm literally like, I'm not saying you got to be best friends with your kids, but keep it like I'm hearing keep it real with your kids about the real world, because you don't want to raise your kids in this delusional ass world thinking everything is all P's and Q's just because you have money. When in reality, there's people struggling. When in reality, there's people, like other people have other realities than our reality. And you need to be, I'm hearing that you guys are gonna, like you guys are gonna be very well off, y'all. Like you guys are gonna be well the fuck off. So if you guys are struggling in these moments, don't even worry. Like you guys are gonna be well off. But I feel the need to tell you guys that because you're gonna be well off and your families is gonna be well off and your kids is gonna be well off, you still do. It's like I'm kind of seeing y'all, like say for example, like y'all rich as fuck, but you still take every summer you make your kid go down to the south, or make your kid go down and go visit family to make them see like, yo, this is how I lived. Now you got to live here. You got to go learn. I'm hearing they still need to learn the customs of how you, and it's not even about how you were raised, but they need to learn respect, and they need to learn, like core values. And some of the core values that you learned was only learned through you being through survival mode and you being in your environment. But I want to tell you guys, you know how I started by saying that you guys need to get out of your environment and get out of your, because the background is influencing you guys. You do have to pay homage to some of the background that it did give you and some of the skills that it taught you. And I think when it comes to your kids, it's like they need to learn those skills, but they only learn those skills when they're put in those like circumstances. And I'm not saying like they got to go to jail to experience some shit. I'm not saying that they got to go, but I'm just saying go spend some time with grandma real quick. Just so you can have I'm just getting reality check so they could be a little bit more grateful. I don't think you should, sidebar y'all, don't send y'all kids to boarding school. That's for a very few of you guys in the future. I don't think boarding school is the answer. So if you ever remember Charlie and you remember back in fucking 2023, just know I don't think boarding school is the answer, okay? And I'm gonna leave it there. Let's keep going. Let's get into your cards, y'all. Let's go. Let's go. Let's see where y'all energy is. So we've been deep today. We've been a little deep today. But now I want to sit over here. What time is it? It's one. All right, babe. I'm making great timing today, y'all. Great timing. If you guys want a personal read, you can book in my bio, okay? Let's keep going. Jennifer Collective, what's going on with you? Let's see where your energy is. I wonder if I should cut it off right here and then re-go live again. Because I kind of been liking the shorter. I think I'm going to do that because I've been liking the shorter videos. They be easier to upload. Yeah. I'm going to cut it off really quickly, y'all. Whatchamacallit. And then I'm going to come back live because I want to do a community separate because I feel like it's a different message. How you doing, honey? You said, what is the point of boarding school? Some of y'all are some of the people. So I can only give you the advice that, well, God is like, I could give you points. Boarding school, people usually send their kids to boarding school. Some of them do it to put them off, but some of the kids were bad, and honestly, I don't even want to say they were bad. I feel like they lacked discipline. So some of the people sent them to boarding school to give them discipline, teach them respect. But from what I heard, boarding schools, they're not the best. I'm not saying they're the worst, but I'm not the shit that goes on in boarding schools, okay? Anyway, I'm about to end this live really quickly, and then I'm going to go live again, okay? Give me 1 second.